Hello friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today we are back in the shade garden and we are going to wrap up this bed for the season by planting a nice little selection of annuals in here. If you remember, we were just here, the other week where we planted the three different wall hangings and they are doing spectacular. I used a lot of caladiums because why not, right? They're gorgeous. So everybody is kind of filling in and doing very happy. The wall hanging is looking spectacular. It is filling out. And yeah, I mean, everybody's just being happy. I will say, when I told you when we did this container, right, that it would get some of direct afternoon sun for a little bit of time. Well, that is this time because it's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and the way that the sun is coming over the roof of the house, it is going to be in full sun for a bit of time, but it is clearly doing just fine. And this caladium is a sun or shade, as is the white linen Terenia, and Pegasus can handle it. The Feather Falls is a shade grass, but it's on the other side, so it doesn't get too much sun. So yeah, everybody is doing just great. And we are going to, like I said, plant some annuals in here. I've got a nice little collection up here, so let me show you what we've got. We are going to add some more of the Catalina white linen Terenia into the bed. This is that same Terenia I just showed you that's in the container. It makes a fantastic ground cover. And this is sun to shade, so we can do either one. I have three little diamond snow euphorbia that I have been holding on to for a long time. So they are desperate to get out of these containers and into the ground. We'll figure out where we're going to put those. Then I've got some Lamian. This is the pink Chablis Lamian. It will be a perennial for us. We actually sell it as an annual, but it is a perennial and it will come back year after year. Fantastic ground cover. And I want to say that it too, get my tag, is, yes, sun or shade, which makes it very, very versatile. So we love that. Then the compact white sun patience. I had these in the bed last year and oh, they were spectacular. So we're going to add some of those. And then of course, more caladiums. This is Fast Flash. I love this one. I love them all. What am I talking about? Again, sun or shade, very versatile. I have Fast Flash on the front porch, and this space, especially where I'm going to put these, I think, is near the front porch. So it will all tie in. They're all in the same color family. So all the caladiums will go very well together. Now, where are we going to put these? Well, Brenna is kind of showing you a little bit of where they're going to go. So let's walk up to the front of the bed where she is, and then I'm going to show you the spots that I want to fill in. As with any bed that has a lot of perennials in it, every year I have less room to put annuals because my perennials are getting bigger, which is a fantastic problem to have, but I do want to add some of my annuals. And I just remembered I forgot one. Absolute must-have is the Broalia. I'll grab it in a second. It's in the shade hiding, but we're going to put that one in there too. So here we have, I have a little bit more room towards the front of the house than back there at the back, because those are a lot of hostas that are over there. And but here we've got a nice little hole between the euchera and the boxwood. So I'm thinking of doing a nice collection of caladiums right there. That'll really grab your attention. And see how it ties in. I've got caladiums right there. And can you see them over the top of the boxwoods? They're in containers on the front porch. So it'll all be the same caladium here. Then we've got little holes throughout this bed on this side that I'm going to fill in a nice good little size hole right here. Maybe I'll put some more caladiums there. And then of course around the newly planted Camellia. This is a white by the gate. Yes, I know she's not looking her best right now, but she does have new growth. So that is a positive. You see that nice bright green foliage? So she has new growth. This is where I'm thinking about putting the sun patience because they'll get nice and tall. So put maybe 2 in this area and 2 in this area and something here. Probably the Terenia here because it can handle a little bit more sun. or maybe I'll put the diamond snow. Who knows? And then as we work our way down, you can see what I'm talking about. I don't have very much room on the edge of the bed. I can put some Broalia in there, but once we get down here where the hostas are, there is very little room. And I have learned that I need to leave myself that edge, so when we cut grass, I'm not chopping up flowers. Now I do have a little hole here by Bashful Betty and underneath Annette's holly fern that I could probably put some things. So this is where the fun begins for Jenny, because I just get to have fun and go, that's a hole. What am I going to stick there? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, let's put that there. So I'm going to grab the Broalia. It's a beautiful blue. I love it. And just does really well in this bed. So I'm going to grab all my plants, place them where I want them, and then we'll meet back here in just a second. All right, I think I have made my final plant placement selections. So we're going to walk you through and just show you what I am putting where and some reasoning behind. In the past, I would put tons of annuals all in this bed right here, but everybody has grown up so nice and thick and lush, there is no room, and I'm just not going to put anything here on the border. It's just too crowded. I thought about the Lamian, but it's going to spread and it's going to get in the grass. It'll be a nightmare, so we're going to leave it. Now, I did go ahead and place the 3 diamond snow right here around the base of the holly fern. They'll get 12 to 18 inches tall. This does get good morning sun for a couple of hours, so that should be just fine for these diamond snows. They're pretty versatile, the euphorbias are. I've had them in this bed before and they have done great. So I'm not too concerned about them not getting enough sun. They will do just fine. And then as we make our way down through here, again, I thought about putting the Lamian in here, but it's just, with the color of this Brunnera, they're the same gray and silver, and I was just like gray, silver, green, and I was like, it's too much of a color similarity. So I put the Terenia in there. So we have a Terenia between Wiggles and Squiggles and the Brunnera, and then another one and an autumn frost hosta. So they are all right there together. And then as we make our way, of course, I had the most room in the bed around the camellia, so I really filled that in. We did a balance of the white impatiens on each side. So we've got 2 here, 2 here. They will fill in and look like one big one on each side. Then this is the Endless Illumination Broalia. Again, I have been holding on to this thing for, gosh, probably 2 months, because I knew that we were running out at the nursery, and I was like, I have to have this plant. So I grabbed a flat. I used some in the forest pansy bed. This is all that I have, so I had to make my numbers work. So I did a little bit kind of a rhythm with them in there, because that just kind of made the most sense. And then I filled in the center here with the pink Chablis Lamian. Again, that will fill in and be like one big carpet right there and should look great. And then we have 2 collections of the caladiums. I put them in groups of 3. So these are the quart size. So we have a pop here, and then all the way down there on the corner, we have another collection of 3. And then to fill in my little holes right here underneath this is Starlight. This is Starlight. I always get Starlight and Diva. One is Starlight, one's Diva. This is Starlight. Hydrangea right here. And so we've got 1 and 2, because of course I don't have the heart to cut off that part of the hydrangea. So we're just gonna leave it just like that. Oh, yeah, sorry. And then there's a third one right kind of towards Brenna where she is. So I have 1, 2, and 3. So that is what the deal is with that. So I am going to get my handy dandy power planter auger. It is, telling you y'all, it is a lifesaver. So I will go through, drill all the holes, then I'll come back and give everybody some of the proven winners time release fertilizer and get them planted. Once everybody's planted, we're going to come back and top dress with a new product that I want to share with you. All right, my friends, so all of the annuals are planted in the bed. Feels good to have that done, and we're getting ready to lay down a top dressing on this bed. I want to show you one thing though. I just saw this. I'm standing here. Oh, where did he go? There he is. I'm hoping that the camera will show it. If it doesn't show it, I'm gonna take a picture. Can you spot our little friend right there? Oh, there he goes. He's moving. It's a baby praying mantis. Okay, we're gonna leave him alone. Praying mantises are one of those insects that you do want in your garden because they will eat the harmful insects like aphids. So they are good, ladybugs, we love them. So I'm glad to see that we have a little baby. I did have a huge one up on the caladiums. I'll show you that picture. Man, he was not camouflaged at all. I was like, dude, you better go underneath those leaves because you're gonna get picked off by a bird or somebody. Anyway, I digress. It's getting late and I'm getting hot and I'm getting a little chippy. Here we go. This is what we're going to use for a top dress. This is from Fafford, and if you have been in gardening for any kind of length of time, you probably have heard of Fafford. Fafford is a line of potting soil and amendments that has a massive, huge reputation for just doing great things. This is their premium natural organic compost blend. It contains shrimp and seaweed. It is good, of course, for your flowers and your vegetables, perennials, trees, shrubs, all the ways that we use compost here at Creekside. Now, you might be sitting there going, Jenny, why in the world are you trying something new? You've always used land and sea. You know, what's the deal? Well, We have used Land and Sea because that is a great compost. However, Thafford is made by SunGrow. SunGrow is the company that makes all of our professional soil mixes. So all the soil that we get for our annuals, our shrubs, our trees, every kind of soil that we use here at Creekside on a professional level is from SunGrow. SunGrow owns Thafford. They make Thafford soils. They make this product. Really high quality. So we're testing it out. We have been talking with SunGrow. They were very kind and generous and sent us a massive amount of their compost, and so we are using it. One thing that I like right off the bat absolutely love about this compost, let me see if I can show you here, is if you can see, it's got a lot of aged pine bark fines. It is a little bit, shall we say, woodier, has those pine bark fines, which is fantastic for our compacted clay soil. Let's see if that kind of show you there, and you can see really all of that aged pine bark. Now I say aged, it is not brand new. It is not nice and bright. This has already started the decomposition process and just makes great amendments for our thick, heavy clay soil, but yet it has all the great nutritional benefits that we love from compost. So that is what we are going to top dress. I'm going to start in this area because it is the one that needs it the most, and we're going to see how far we go. I don't know if I'm going to take it all the way down. We're just going to play with it and see how it does. All right, my friends, so I have got the Thafford laid down in that main section underneath the camellia. Jerry showed up, so he's holding the camera for me. We decided that I know right now that the compost is darker because it is wet. As it dries, it will lighten up, because right now, like there's a big block of a color difference, and that would drive me crazy. But we're gonna wait and see just what it dries like, and to see if we need to go ahead and take it all the way through the bed. It certainly will help the bed. It's just right now it's the end of the day and I'm hot and sweaty and it's time for a cold iced coffee. And I'm gonna get this really well watered in because we have not had good significant rain, and those holes, when I auged them, they were dry. Remember, this bed is not on irrigation, so I'll have to hand water these guys until they get established. Once they're established, they'll be fine for the rest of the summer. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get everybody watered in. We'll wait and see once the whole bed dries to see what the look looks like, and then if we need to come back and add the compost on the front edges, we can easily do that one morning when it's nice and cool. But yeah, so I hope y'all have had fun, learned some new plants. I of course will keep you updated and posted on how we like this compost from Thafford. But so far we're loving it. I have been using it for a couple of weeks now, and it is just doing great. So as always, thanks so much for gardening with Creekside. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.